Hello, Spicy Reef and
Nah, you're done.
microwave.
This is warm.
No, like spice. That's aquarium water.
I don't know anything about that.
So a good friend of mine pointed out to me that I am thinking about this backwards. So my whole purpose of my sump has been to, my internal sump has been to try and simplify what everybody's doing with an external sump. And running water outside of the tank into another container and running it back into the main display. To me, as with all the plumbing experience that I have and running a sump for so many years, you're asking for trouble, right? And which is why I'm working so hard to do this internal sump, and I kind of been going at it in all kinds of angles, and I think a couple of those, that big giant internal sump worked really well, too well, right? Because it was, my nitrates were dropped to zero and my corals were hungry. So anyway, the last iteration of this, I had a big pipe and I stuck the sponge inside the big pipe. The thinking is that I would continuously have overflow into that big giant, what is it, 3-inch, 4-inch pipe? I can't remember. Anyway, but then the surface area of this sponge, because it was inside the sump pipe, is too small, and so this area right here is just getting clogged up. So then what did I do? I cut little slits down the side of the side of the pipe to thereby allow water to go past these areas. But now it's working pretty well, and this is a really coarse sponge, and so is the one inside the tank. So it doesn't get clogged up that easily. But it's still kind of getting clogged up within about 4 days, and I don't like getting in there every 4 days to clean out a sponge. I want something that's going to last a month. I was using sponge filters for my freshwater tank, and I would use one this size and maybe get in there and clean it every 3 months. And if I can just get it to where I can only have to clean them every month, that'd be pretty awesome. Now these sponge filters come, and which is why my friend pointed out that I'm doing it backwards. I'm putting these inside the pipe because my brain is still locked onto the idea, my ego is still locked onto the idea of a sump, internal sump, when I'm just really trying to reinvent the wheel. And what I should be doing is just attaching, got another fitting somewhere, attaching, well, apparently it's not going to work perfectly. I'm going to have to do some modifications because that didn't go as I planned, did it? Here's what I'm going to do. I got an idea. Okay, so the pipe that I do have in there is a 3-inch pipe, 3-inch PVC. What I think I'm going to do, and right now inside there I have some media, I think it's ceramic that I have in there, some little ceramic stones at the bottom, and then I have the pump coming out. What I think I'm going to do is put a cap on it, and right now it's about 3 feet long, is I'm going to chop it up so that the media fits in there, and then maybe leave a couple more inches for any other future things that I want to add in there for water purification and clarification. I'm going to take this, I'm going to top it off, I'm going to drill a hole in the top of that so that this can fit, so that this outer diameter will fit the inner diameter of the hole, and boom, it'll be in there. I can glue it, and then so these sponges I got online, it was the cheapest way to get a cylinder sponge rather than try and wrap a square sponge around a pipe like this. But there's already a hole down the middle, which is really nice. These ones have a cap on the end that I got. So when you purchase a sponge filter that comes with this, these go up the middle, and then the other one goes on top, and then the air is allowed to go through and sucks the water through the sponge. But we already know I have a pump on the bottom, so I'm going to put a hole in there. I'm going to take the sponge that has a hole all the way through. I'll put that one first. Then I'm going to use these guys to connect the next series. Oops. So what I have to do though, one of these will be the cap. I might just do 2 at first to see how it goes and see how long 2 will last, because now I'm allowing, if I put the other sponge on here, I'm allowing, if I put the other sponge on here, okay, it's not showing up. I'm allowing the full surface area of 2 sponges, 2 of these big sponges, to collect all the detritus and all the stuff that's floating in the water column, right? And if I need to, if it's still not lasting long enough, I'll put a hole all the way through one of these, and I'll stick this bad boy up there, and then I'll just I'll poke a whole bunch of holes in these. But I think I don't need to put this pole all the way through. I think I really only need to use the pole as a connector, right? So like slide one sponge on one side and the other on the other side. Because they're pretty sturdy. They're not, I don't really think they're going to collapse. So I don't think I need a pipe all the way through. Although, since it does kind of fit loosely, I don't want to use the pipe because then I have to drill a whole mass of holes in there. These are pretty nice because if you see up close, you can see it allows a lot of water to go through, but still, they're kind of big. They have a nice little, yeah, we're going to see about that. What I might end up doing is using these as a connector. I might take this little thing off so that way I can just put it halfway and then halfway into the other one. We'll see how it goes. Cleaning them, it's nice to have this size to clean. You take a sponge this size, you can put it under the sink and squeeze it and squeeze it and squeeze it, get it all clean, then pop it back in. That's the goal. Easy maintenance is the goal. So let's try one and let's see how it goes. I'm gonna go drill a hole in this so that this guy, I'll have to find a drill bit that fits this so that this guy can go right in there. Let's have a go. Actually, now that I have this thing so small, it's not that big giant 8-inch pipe, it's super easy to get it in and out of the tank. Yeah, you can see definitely needs cleaning. Alright. I think I'm going to take the media out of there so I don't accidentally run the saw through it. It's not that much. There's only a little bit. So now what I want to do, the surface of the water is right about there. I'm going to cut. Let's just measure. Let's put this back in there where that mark is. Now these sponges are much bigger than that sponge. Look at that. The other thing that's kind of cool about these sponges, though, when you get them, is that they're designed so that you can take another sponge just like it and fit it right on top. So you could stack these sponges with these pipes all the way through locally for $15 at Aquarium Co-op, which you can also get them online there. But these, I got $10, 2 of them for $10. And look at the surface area, what a big difference. Anyway, I'm measuring, and I'm going to cut, because we want it just under the water, so I'm going to cut it right there. Alright, let's cut that bad boy. And I'm not too concerned with accuracy, because if it's submerged under the water, that's just fine. If I wanted to add a third, wow, I'm going to have to cut it way down here, aren't I? What I might end up doing is stacking 2 of these instead of that one. Let's just double check. Yep, that's about right. That should get me there. I'll go rinse that off. We don't want that stuff in the water. Blah, nasty. Now, the other thing I wanted to do is drill a hole in this. Oh my god, I need to upgrade my tools. Okay. The main concern on this hole is that I get it as close to the top dead center as I can, because you see it's convex, and if I drill off to the side, then my pipe will be sticking off to the side all cattywampus, so we want it right in the middle. But I think I have a little play, because I'm going to pop a little bit of glue, and if the hole's just a tiny bit bigger, that's fine. Let's eyeball that bad boy. Okay. Slow that down, it's a little too fast. That won't take off on me because it's a paddle bit. What you want to do is not use your feet like this. You want to put it in a vice press or something like that. So what I'm doing now is I'm not pressing really hard. I'm just pressing, I'm letting the weight of the drill, and I'm actually even going to back off a little bit and lift the drill, so that way it doesn't catch on the paddle bits too hard. Not that it matters, because if it catches, it's just going to fly away. And I'm going pretty slow. Oh, that was easy. I was already there. Okay. So that fits pretty good. There's another little nub of a ring on there. I wonder if, oh, look at that. If it's snug, if I press it really hard. What I might do is put the heat gun on there. If I put the heat gun on there, that might let me, it might warm it up just enough that it expands. That's what I'm going to do. Let's rinse this junk off of here. Now it's kind of gross. I'll give the camera a little bath while I'm at it, huh? Looking good. My screen's still working in there. Okay, so we'll get the media back in here. I'm out of real estate, clean real estate. Yeah, looks good. Still has live beneficial bacteria on it. And we have room for a little bit more if we wanted to. You know what I did not take into account is the 1 inch between the top of this and the lip of this. It's alright. We're okay. We okay. Leaving that inside the tank. Alright. So what I want to do now, that's there. That's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. I still need a way to connect that. I wonder, I'm going to have to rinse that off, aren't I? And I just forced that in there. Look at that. I'm forcing it in. It worked. Sponge is very forgiving. That's what I'm finding out here today. Very forgiving. And now I don't have to put too much of it inside here, so the rest of it can go there. Let's go rinse this off and get it back in the aquarium. Alright, so what I'm opting for here, rather than a heat gun, because this is way too thick. Schedule 80 is just way too thick for a heat gun. I'm opting for the old wrought iron. Hot iron? Welding iron. I have a fan going on the other side of the room, but I don't know if it's pulling this fumes out before it hits my lungs. One can only hope. Ooh, it's so close. Oh, there it is. That was it. That's all it needed, was a little love.
I really love these projects that put my brain to work and allow me to reach out to the community, and together we come up with some solutions that kind of work. They're not going to work in everybody's tank. I know this is a very strange setup, but for my 150 gallons of water here, this mechanical filter seems to really do the trick. I like how it's turning out. It's been in the tank for a couple of weeks now. I'm kind of editing this video towards the end and making a couple of comments. And the water clarity is really improved just using these sponge filters. And so far, I have not had to pull them out to clean them. So that's kind of nice. I think they're going to go the full month. Yeah, thanks for watching, checking this out. I know this isn't going to work for everyone's tank, and I've got a nice spot back here in the corner for these filters to hide out. But take from it what you will. It's been a fun ride so far. Got a long way to go.
Spicy Reef here, signing off.
Now what are you doing?
I think I got it.
How do you know if it's up or down?